Okay, as I mentioned earlier, you need to have complete clarity on simple sentences to get command of the English language. If you are excellently good at simple sentence, you can be very comfortable in framing complex sentences. You will be so comfortable in understanding text with the complex sentences. Anyway, this sentence, okay, Kartikeya, Mohan and Venkat work in DMart. It is a simple sentence. What is the subject?
Mohan and Venkat.
Mohan and Venkat is the subject. Okay. Predicate?
Work in DMart.
Work in DMart. It is the predicate. Subject. Subjective predicate, 2 persons. Next, the structure in the sentence.
Simple present action active voice.
Simple present.
Action active voice.
Simple present action active voice. Okay. How can you say this sentence is in simple present action active voice? How can you say that?
Because there is V1 after the subject.
After the subject, V1. Why is V1 here? Of course, Mohan and Venkat, works can be there. Why is work there? Because after Mohan and Venkat, in simple present action, even S also comes to the verb. Mohan and Venkat works in DMart. Can we say, why is the work there?
But we should put yes for singular, but this is plural.
For I also we use I work in DMart.
I will use it, we should put work. For he, she,
Okay.
it, we should put
For I we use a, we use V1. For I and we use a in simple present action, we use V1. I work, they work, we work. Okay, V1 must be there. Coming to simple present action, active voice. Because Mohan and Venkat, both are, there are 2 persons. So the pronoun for it is they. Because subject is they, V1 is here. That should be the explanation. Because subject is they, V1 is they. There is V1. Anyway, why is this structure used actually? Simple present action, the sentence belongs to simple present action, active voice. Why is that structure used?
because it is a routine activity.
Instead of simple past or simple future? No, because it is a routine activity. Every day they go there, daily they go there, they work. It is a routine activity, daily activity for them. Good. Again, this sentence, this question is over. Okay. What is the auxiliary verb in the sentence?
Do.
Do is auxiliary verb. Okay. How can you say do is auxiliary verb?
In simple present action active voice structure, we get the auxiliary verb do for I, we, you, and they.
Okay. For I, we, you, they, actually the perfect answer must be because there is a V1. V1 comes whenever the subject is I, we, you, they. Because there is V1,
Because the
automatically do is the auxiliary verb. Because there is V1, do is the auxiliary verb. Why is V1 means subject must be I, we, you, they. Whenever subject is I, we, you, they, V1 is mandatory. Finite verb. Next. Oh, what is the object in the sentence? Mohan and Venkat work in DMart.
there is no object in this sentence.
Absolutely right. There is no object because they work in DMart. That's it. In DMart is the location. They work in DMart. So there is no object at all. So because there is no object, is main verb transitive or intransitive?
Intransitive.
Whenever there is no object, main verb is called, main verb is known to be
Intransitive.
intransitive. Whenever there is no object in the sentence, Main verb is known to be intransitive. What is the emphasizing sentence of it?
Mohan and Venkat do work in D-Mart.
Mohan and Venkat do work in D-Mart. Whenever that is known to be emphasizing sentence. Sir, already the sentence is there. Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart. Why should we keep do also? Because do is implicitly there. Whenever V1 is there, though the do is not visible, we conclude that the do is there. Do is actually not visible in the usage sentence. Whenever V1 is there, do is not visible, but do is there. Mohan and Venkat do work in D-Mart is the emphasizing sentence. Why should we use emphasizing sentence?
To say the sentence with stress.
To express the message with some stress means whenever there is some argument, no, they are not, they don't work in D-Mart. No, I know, I saw them 3 days back. I went there. Mohan and Venkat do work in D-Mart. That is known to be some kind of I am very confident. They work in D-Mart. They do work in D-Mart. Mohan and Venkat do work in D-Mart with some self-confidence. Because you saw them in some arguments, it happens. Using emphasizing sentence happens when we have some arguments with some other one. Okay, anyway, see, Kartikeya, Mohan and Venkat must be the answer.
Who work in D-Mart?
Who work in D-Mart. Okay, who can be used for plural? Who work in D-Mart. Again, if the subject only Mohan, instead of Mohan and Venkat, if the subject is only Mohan.
Mohan works in D-Mart.
Mohan works in D-Mart. If the sentence is Mohan works in D-Mart, Mohan works in D-Mart, then what is the auxiliary verb in the sentence? In the Mohan works in D-Mart. Does is the auxiliary verb. How can you say does is auxiliary verb?
Because there is yes for the V1.
Because there is yes to the V1. That is the reason auxiliary verb is does. Why is yes to the verb? There can be Mohan working.
Mohan is he. For he, she, it will get yes for the V1 in simple present action.
Because Mohan is he. For he, she, it, there must be V1 plus yes, ES, or IES. Good. Mohan works in D-Mart. Emphasizing sentence of it.
Mohan does work in D-Mart.
Mohan does work in D-Mart. Next, answer must be D-Mart, only D-Mart, not in D-Mart.
In which shopping mall do Mohan and Venkat work?
In which shopping mall, otherwise in which mall, in which mart? Because there is Reliance Mart and D-Mart, many marts are there in the country. Anyway, in, because there is preposition in the sentence, we must use in the question answer. In which mart? Because there are many marts, Reliance Mart and D-Mart. So we have choice. Whenever choice is there in asking question, in which mart do Mohan and Venkat work? For this sentence, D-Mart must be the answer.
In which mart does Mohan work?
In which mart does Mohan work? Excellently good. Again, in the D-Mart must be the answer for this sentence. Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart. In the D-Mart must be the answer. In the D-Mart, two words.
Where do Mohan and Venkat work?
Where do Mohan and Venkat work? Because in the D-Mart, together place. Only D-Mart is noun. In D-Mart is phrase, place phrase. So we should use where. Where do Mohan and Venkat work? For this sentence, Mohan works in D-Mart. In D-Mart must be the answer.
Where does Mohan work?
Where does Mohan work? Good. Again, negative sentence of it. Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart. Negative
Mohan
sentence.
and Venkat do not work in D-Mart.
Mohan and Venkat do not work because do is the auxiliary verb. For this sentence, negative sentence, Mohan works in D-Mart.
Mohan does not work in D-Mart.
Mohan does not work in D-Mart because does is the auxiliary verb. Again, yes or no question to it. Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart. Yes or no question?
Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart.
Do must be before the subject. Do Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart? Yes or no question for this sentence. Mohan works in D-Mart.
Does Mohan work in D-Mart?
Does Mohan work in D-Mart? Again, negative yes or no question to it. Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart.
Do not Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart.
Do not or don't? Don't. Do must be kept before subject. Don't Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart. Negative yes or no question for the above sentence. Mohan works in D-Mart.
Doesn't Mohan work in D-Mart?
Does not Mohan work in D-Mart? Again, with why, can you ask the question by using why for this sentence? Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart.
Why do Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart?
Why do Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart? By using why above sentence for the above sentence.
Why does Mohan work in D-Mart?
Why does Mohan work in D-Mart? Because he is a rich person, he has some clothes, so why does he work in D-Mart? Something like that. Anyway, same subject, same verb, same words. Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart. The same subjects, Mohan and Venkat, all these things. Can you tell the simple past action active words?
Mohan and Venkat worked in D-Mart.
Mohan and Venkat worked. V2 must be used. Mohan and Venkat worked in D-Mart. Mohan and Venkat worked in D-Mart. Auxiliary verb in the sentence?
Did.
Because V2 is there, did is auxiliary verb. Mohan and Venkat worked in D-Mart. Emphasizing sentence of it.
Mohan and Venkat did work in D-Mart.
Mohan and Venkat did work in D-Mart. Yes or no question of it?
Did Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart?
Did Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart? In the past, right now they are not going to D-Mart. In the past, did Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart? Mohan and Venkat worked in D-Mart. Simple past action, active voice. D-Mart must be the answer.
Where did Mohan and Venkat?
D-Mart, not in D-Mart. Mohan and Venkat worked in D-Mart.
In which mart did Mohan and Venkat work?
In which mart did Mohan and Venkat work? Mohan and Venkat worked in D-Mart. In D-Mart must be the answer.
Where did Mohan and Venkat work?
Where did Mohan and Venkat work? Okay. Mohan and Venkat worked in D-Mart. Simple past action, active voice. Mohan and Venkat must be the answer.
Who worked in D-Mart?
Who worked in D-Mart? For subject, we use who, interrogative pronoun, because Mohan and Venkat are nouns. Anyway, simple future, same subject, same verb.
Mohan and Venkat will work in D-Mart.
Mohan and Venkat will work in D-Mart because they have got some appointment letter, they will work in D-Mart. Again, example question for it. Mohan and Venkat will work in D-Mart.
Will Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart?
Will Mohan and Venkat work in D-Mart? Will should be just before subject. Mohan and Venkat will work in D-Mart. D-Mart must be the answer.
In which mart will Mohan and Venkat work?
In which mart will Mohan and Venkat work? In which mart will should be again before subject. In which mart will Mohan and Venkat work? In D-Mart must be the answer. In D-Mart. Simple future, action, active voice.
Where will Venkat work?
Where will Mohan and Venkat work? Simple future action. WH question. See different questions. Again, present continuous Mohan and Venkat work in DMart. Present continuous same subject verb
Mohan and Venkat are working in DMart.
because Mohan and Venkat are they are working. Mohan and Venkat are working in DMart. Again, many questions can be framed. See, with a simple sentence, we can frame 40, 50 questions. We can write different sentences, negative sentences, yes or no questions. With the 3 words, with the 3 or 4 words, we can write 100 sentences, different questions, negatives, yes or no questions, WH questions. In such a way, you should get command on simple sentences. Then it is possible to become an expert in English language within short time. It's possible. There should not be nothing that you don't know. You must know everything about everything. Okay? Such kind of activity takes place for the medium range students in our institution. They have learned little bit. Such questions are asked in KK Academy. The 3 months, 2 months classes are over for you. That is the reason. Class are continued.